So the question is, when he fixes it, does it stay fixed? Or is this guy always coming back again? If he's always coming back again, get rid of him, get rid of the company, okay? A professional technicians will check back with you, okay? When I was a brand new itty bitty little service technician and I really didn't know that well what I was doing, I felt like it'd be a good idea, you know, because I think that when you go to a restaurant to fix something and you leave, you have to make a decision at that point, and you got two choices. One choice is, yep, I've got it, I know what it was, this thing is nailed, it's fixed. The other choice is, if the other choice is, you got to be back tomorrow morning when that first person walks in that building to double check it. That's a professional, you know. And sometimes guys that think they got it will still be back the next morning. When you see a company that checks back the next day, that's a good thing, okay? But if you find you're constantly calling them because it's a recall, it broke again, or here's another, I don't even know if I have this on my list. Let's not forget about the parts changers too, right? If you get this technician or this company and they're always saying, oh, it's 3 or 4 parts to fix it, you know, those guys don't know what they're doing. They're guessing. They're thinking, well, this is symptom, so it's going to be this, 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 or this. So they replace them all. You know, my car doesn't work, you know, so it's going to be an engine, a transmission, or a rear end. Oh, let's replace it all. I don't think so. That's not the way I do business. You know, if you're a professional, you find out what's wrong, you replace that one part, and we're done with it. And that's it, okay? Now, let me tell you this, okay? It's very important to find a service technician that knows how to listen to you, all right? When you and I become ill and we go to the doctor, we don't walk into the doctor and say, oh, I hurt, fix me. We don't want to say that, okay? Because if we do, what's going to happen? The doctor's going to fix us, but he's going to spend a fortune looking for it. We go to the doctor and we say, hey, 2 days ago I fell down, I hit my elbow, it's black and blue, and it hurts to do this. And so the doctor's going to look right there, okay? We as service technicians, you as a consumer, you want somebody that asks you questions just like the doctor was, you know? How long has it been broken? When was the last time it was working well? What temperature do you want to see it at? Has anybody else worked on this? Who was here when it broke? Did it blow up? Did it catch on fire? Did it make a funny smell? Did it sound funny? Okay? We want to, you know, the more questions that you get a service technician asking you, and the more time you take to answer these questions, the faster that repair is going to go for you, and the cheaper it's going to be, okay? So absolutely, positively, you want somebody that asks you lots and lots of questions about this repair, okay? Number 16, we're at 16 already. Ask him questions about your machine, okay? If I'm working on your microwave oven and you say, what's that? What's that for? What's that? What's that for? Because I'm a professional, I can tell you anything you want to know about a microwave oven. I can tell you how it works. I can tell you what a high voltage section is. I can tell you what a timing section is. If I'm in your air conditioner, if I'm in your ice machine, you can point to any part and ask me what it is and how it works. And if I'm a professional, I can explain that to you in layman's terms so you get it, okay? And if I can't, well, that could be a problem. Maybe the right person isn't working on your machine, okay? Oh, 17. We do have parts changers here, okay? Watch out for those guys. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to drive the bill up. These are just my opinions, you know? I just don't think that unless your machine got hit by a bolt of lightning, you know, I would say this, 90% of the time when a machine breaks, it's one part, one thing that causes it to break, okay? Maybe 8% of the time there's 2 parts, okay? And 2% of the time it might be 3 or 4 parts, but something happened. Somebody dropped it off a shelf, it fell in the water, it got a voltage surge or a lightning strike. There's some reason why. Or some part blew up, which caused this part to blow up, and that damaged this part, okay? But if there's a particular service technician that's been in your restaurant and he tells you that more than once within a year, that could be a bad sign. I don't think that's necessarily true, okay? Number 18, ask him where he buys the parts. You know, you're working on a microwave, or ask him, where do you buy parts for this? Okay, and see if he knows right now. If he says, oh, well, there's several vendors here, and, you know, I'd have to check my books. No, listen, if I'm working on a Train AC unit, I know that Train is over off 410 off Broadway, right up the street, across the street from United Refrigeration. I can tell you where it is. I can look at my book and give you a phone number if you want to call Train. I know where Carrier is. I know where Taylor is. I know where get parts for Wolf or what have it. I can tell you. If I don't answer that question fast enough, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not a professional, okay? So ask him where he buys parts, okay? Here's a big deal. When he replaces the parts in your machine, does he leave the old parts with you? And, oh, this is even better. If he gives you the old parts, are they damaged? Did he destroy the parts to get them out? One of the very first things that we teach service technicians here is, if you're taking a part out, don't destroy it. Don't damage it to get it out. Because the moment you do that, you'll put a brand new part in that's $150, and that machine will malfunction in the same way. And you'll think, uh-oh, that part was good that I took out, which I destroyed. Okay? You want technicians to leave all the old parts with you, and for your sake, you need to save them for 30 days. Okay? Because in case the machine malfunctions, there could be a question. Okay? We always recommend to keep these for 30 days. We always tell you, if you have a question, we will come back free of charge. We'll put that old part back in while you stand there and watch and see what happens. And if it doesn't malfunction, everything's free. You want to keep those old parts because you also want to know, were the parts really replaced? Well, maybe the parts were replaced, and maybe this part is being taken out to be used as a used part someplace else, right? Let's keep all of your own parts. A service technician that has integrity, it's not going to be a problem for him. Okay. All right, and let's see. Number 20, Freon. Freon is a big money maker in this business. It's a big money maker for me, unless you have a contract with us, in which case we sell it to you dirt cheap. Okay. Freon is a good thing, and I'll tell you, I used to work for this guy a million years ago, and he had his air conditioning people come in and weigh the Freon in front of him before they took it on the roof, and then weigh it when they came down. That guy was very successful in business. He was Dutch, if that means anything, but a hell of a nice guy. All right, so I don't necessarily think it's out of line. Freon is expensive. It can be, depending on the type, from $30 to $45 a pound. So if somebody tells you they sold you 5 pounds of Freon, and you go up and look at your unit and it says it holds 4 pounds, I don't know about you, but I'd want to know where that other pound of Freon went. Okay, it's a very costly component of all your repairs. So Freon is something that you want to watch very, very carefully. Okay, and now I'm going to tell you the last way, and the best way for you to know if you have a good service technician. Right? This is like a secret, but here's how you know this, okay? Let's say a service technician comes to your restaurant and he says to you, okay, well, the repair is, $1,000, $1,200, some large amount of money, something like that. I think it'd have to be over $500. So you say to him this, oh, wow, $800, wow, that's a lot of money, I've got a tight budget. Gosh, I'm really really ton of money. I can afford maybe 600. We're kind of like doing a little setup here, okay? The bill's 800. So you tell him, well, I could afford 600. Is there any way that maybe after work you could come and do this for 600? I could just pay you direct? You're trying to get him to do work on the side. You're trying to get him to steal the time and the client from his company, okay? If he does that, he might say yes. Well, then you're in a dilemma. Okay, not too bad of a dilemma. Okay, I guess if you want to do business with a liar and a thief, then you take him up on the $600. You give him the $600, let him fix it. Okay, if you're like me and think that I don't want to deal with liars and thieves, then if he accepts that, you tell him, okay, I'll call you as soon as I'm ready. You call me. You tell me what happened. That guy never goes to another restaurant and doesn't work in for me again. He's gone. Okay, what we all need. And what we all want when we work with someone is honesty and integrity, right? You don't want one price this week and a different price next week. I want to know that I'm always being treated fairly. You and I we both make money the same way. We buy something for $1 and we sell it for $2. That's what we want to do, okay? But there are those, myself included, who think that if you buy it for $1 and you sell it for $150, there might be some moral questions there, or if you buy something from your employer's account for $1 and you sell it for yourself, that's a problem. To me, my moral guideline says that there's nothing in the world more important than the truth. That's philosophy. That's what I think, okay? I like to deal honestly and with integrity. I think that's about it. Let's see if there's any other note. No, I think that's it. So this is a good video for you to see, for you to promote to all of your managers. If you're looking at this video on our website, or if you're seeing it on YouTube, and you'd like to have a personal copy sent to you, that's not a problem. Just contact me at our phone number here in our San Antonio home office at 866-979-7947, or you can send me an email at repairrestaurant@aol.com, repairrestaurant@aol.com, and tell me you want a copy, and we'll send you a copy out. From 1 to 5 is $10 each, and 6 or more is $7.50 each. Happy to send you a DVD out. It's a good thing for a lot of your managers to have, for them to look at it and see how they can recognize a bad technician, because bad technicians cost you money. Remember, the 2 biggest cost factors for you in repairing equipment are integrity, a lack of honesty, okay, and experience, a lack of experience, learning on your time, breaking your stuff, okay? We need good quality people. That's my explanation of how to find and discover and see bad service technicians. When you see them, get them the heck out of there and call me. I'm Ted Baker. Thanks for your time. Bye.